To be a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable, because God has forgiven the inexcusable in you, you know. God has forgiven you for your past already. When you've been saved, when you've been washed in the blood, when you're truly a born again, blood bought believer, you know, God has forgiven the inexcusable with you, you know. You haven't committed any unforgivable sin, or else you would have never been saved, you know. And people worry about that sometimes. They're like, did I commit the unforgivable sin? Well, no, because you would have never been saved to commit the unforgivable sin, which is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, which is attributing the works of God to the works of the devil. You know, that would mean your heart is hard, you're thick-headed, not willing to let God change you, you know. Not willing to let Christ in, you know. So no, if you are a truly blood-bought, born-again believer, you haven't committed the unforgivable sin. You know, I think there's some people that profess to be Christians that have actually committed the unforgivable sin. But anyway, you know, that's a whole nother subject, you know. But yeah, here's the thing. We must forgive the inexcusable, you know. We have to forgive, and trust me guys, this is a lot easier said than done, you know. We have to forgive the people that have hurt us, that have been mean to us, you know, maybe have been mean to others we love, family, friends, you know. We have to forgive them, you know. There's no justifying what they did, no. We know it was wrong, definitely, but you gotta forgive them, you know. I have, my ex-stepfather that I'm doing my best, you know, to learn to forgive him. Sometimes I just want to grab a hold of him, you know. I'm glad I'm out of that house because of how he treated my mom, but have to learn to forgive. And there's many other people, too, that are working on themselves to forgive, too, you know. Unforgiveness is a big problem in the Christian community. And if you talk to anybody who does deliverance, any deliverance minister, they will tell you that unforgiveness is a big thing that gets in the way of people's deliverance, of what gets in the way of them being set free. You know, you've got to forgive that parent, that pastor, that friend, fake friend, you know, whatever person, you know, that hurt you in your past, abused you in your past. You know, whether physically, sexually, whatever, you've got to forgive them. It's easier said than done, guys, but when you learn to forgive, it's a big weight off your shoulder. You guys have a great and blessed night. I love yous.